For this week's video blog, we went to chat to the League's chairman, leading barrister Cohn Jooper WC, about the Hunting Act, the League's work and what the future holds.
So what were your main reasons for joining the League?
I was passionate against the way human beings mistreat and are cruel to animals generally. But I felt very strongly about animals, wild animals being used for sport, for people's enjoyment. And I thought at a very, very early age that I wanted to do something to stop that. And the League was the only organisation that I could think of that were at the forefront of that work, and I was right, and we've continued to be at the forefront of that work. It's amazing actually when you look back at what the League has done and where it's come from. I remember looking at an old black and white photograph right back to 1924 of all the members of the very first committee, or whatever they called themselves then, starting out. They were sitting in the vicarage garden, effectively, looked like a tea party. Those people probably couldn't have conceived of what we've achieved now. When I say we, I mean the members, the supporters, as well as the staff and the trustees, and that is the abolition of hunting with hounds. It's got to be the greatest achievement of our organisation.
We asked John how he feels the League has expanded its role since the passing of the Hunting Act.
I think one of the important things that the League have done is educating and supporting the Crown Prosecution Service and the police in bringing prosecutions. And fundamental to that has been the League's prosecution team, headed by Rachel Newman, with Steve Harris, an experienced police officer as well, who goes out, talks and advises police officers as to how to get the best out of the Act. The Act is not a problem. The Act is good law. It's just a matter of having the competence to use it. And because of the League's prosecution team, we've managed to increase the level of successful prosecutions. We've increased the confidence of the Crown Prosecution Service and the local police forces to prepare and implement prosecutions. And as a result of that, the Act, which has always been a good Act, is now being used better and better. And that can be seen by the prosecution figures that have gone up and up over the last few months. Successful prosecution figures, which I would anticipate, from what I know, will go on and increase next year.
What's your aims and hopes for the next 12 months?
More successful prosecutions as far as the Hunting Act is concerned, solidifying its presence in the legislative calendar so that it's a staple and people know it's going to be there and it's going to be there to stay. So taking away all the uncertainty around the Act is important, policing the Act. But there are other things as well that the League are involved in. It's not just, important though it is, the Hunting Act. We're involved with campaigns against shooting for sport, snaring, bullfighting. But what I'd like to do fundamentally is make sure that the Hunting Act is safe, the Hunting Act is enforced, and we don't take our eye off that ball.
Finally, John offers his thoughts on the recent conviction of Richard Down for a second offence under the Hunting Act.
In 2009 we had one successful prosecution every week, and this most recent success, as far as Mr Downs is concerned, is another example of the progress and the effect of the Act. This is this gentleman's second offence under the Act, and it's the first time this has happened. It's the first time a prosecution succeeded a second time round for an individual. We hope people will realise, through the success of this prosecution, that the Act is not going away, the League is not going away, and the Crown Prosecution Service are now becoming more emboldened to take these matters. It's happened twice now to Mr Downs, and the message is that people cannot hide from this Act, and it will keep coming back, and it will keep coming back, until people do what everyone should do, and that is obey the law.